Okay na. Okay na, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Tribute Conference of Core Project 26 p.m. 26 p.m. 0028 to 26 p.m. 0031. All in all, 4 projects. Before we start, may I request Ms. Joy? So please lead us in prayer.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of the Lord. Heavenly Father, we come before you as we begin this pre-reading process. Guide our minds and decisions so that everything we do is fair, transparent, and for the good of all. Grant us wisdom, honesty, and cooperation as we work together today. May this process lead to the best outcome for the service of our community. We entrust this activity to you. This we ask in your mighty name.
Amen. Thank you, Joy. May I request Engineer Living Castle to determine if you wish to forum.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Let us acknowledge the presence of our back members who are present for today. For our back chairman, Engineer Mark
Present.
Back regular member, Ma'am Jamalia P. Mutin.
Present, sir.
Back regular member, Engineer Celso Silayos. Present, sir. Back regular member, Attorney Alvin Artin. Present, sir. Mr. Chair, there are 4 of 5 members are present today.
Since we are in majority, 4 out of 5 may declare that this private conference. Please proceed with attendance of DPWH Secretariat and contractor present. Servers also online.
For our back secretary head, Secretary Head is fully Engineer BBB Casa. For our back secretariat member, Ferdinand TV Pabigar, Sir Robin G. Lora,
Present, sir. Present po.
Ma'am Malo Cristina C. Antipesto,
Present.
Ma'am Tahara E. Ramos,
Present, sir.
Ma'am Marilo Ernest Quetel, Ma'am Flor E. Garcia,
Present, sir.
Del Q. Naval,
Present, sir.
Sir George L. Zita, present, Ma'am Amy Joy Opaskil,
Present, sir.
and Ma'am Zini Citadina.
Present.
For our back TWG head, Ma'am kami Antonio, back TWG, Engineer Muhammad, Sir. Engineer City Aisa Ibrahim,
Present po.
Engineer City Norhaida R. Makarambon,
Present, sir.
Engineer Mujahid B. Dia,
Present, sir.
and Sir Dinicia on present, sir. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Libby. Is there any online observer or none?
None, sir.
There's none. Okay, let's proceed with the reading of the eligibility requirement. May I request Engineer Makarambon to please read the eligibility requirement.
Morning, everyone. So, for the eligibility requirements, Class A documents, legal documents, registration certificate from Tech for Corporation, BTI for Sole Proprietorship or Cooperative Development Authority for cooperatives, valid and current mayor's or business permit from place of business, tax clearance per Executive Order 398 series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the BIR. For the technical documents, statements of all ongoing and similar completed government and private contracts, valid pickup license registration, for the type and cost of the contract to bid, construction safety and health program, statement of single largest completed contract. It must be adjusted to current price using Philippine Statistics Authority current price index. it should have a contract amount equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC. A contract shall be considered similar to the contract to be bid if it has the same major categories of work. These refer to DO number 117 series of 2017 revised guidelines for the determination of major and similar categories of work. For the financial documents, audited financial statements stamped received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. Tax returns filed and taxes paid through the BIR filing and payment system. Computation of NFCC of at least equal to the ABC, computed using the prescribed formula. NFCC is equal to current assets minus current liability multiplied by 15 minus value of unfinished projects, including awarded projects not yet started, coinciding with the contract bid. For the Class B documents, for joint venture only, if applicable, special vehicle license and valid joint venture agreement. Legal document, each partner of the joint venture shall submit their respective field jets certificates of registration in accordance with section 20.2.9.1 of the IRR of R8 12009. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit all of its ongoing and audited financial statements. Submission and receipt of bids, the contents of the first envelope, which is the technical proposal, are as follows. Field jet certificate and platinum membership, ECOB license and registration in case of joint venture, statements of all ongoing completed government and private contracts, statement of SLCC, NFCC computation, joint venture agreement if applicable, latest general information sheet, JIS, reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission or corporation. DPWH memorandum dated November 19, 2025. Bid security and the prescribed form, amount and validity period. And for the project requirements, organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contractors' personnel, list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment with attached certificate of availability, ISO 901-2015 certification or its latest version as applicable for pickup size range for large A, B, medium A, and B. And this is based on DPWH DEO number 110 series of 2024. And last is the omnibus sworn statement in the form prescribed by RA 12009, 11 items. For bid security, bid validity period is 120 calendar days from the date of submission and opening of bids. For the bid security validity period is also 120 calendar days from the date of submission and opening of bids. For bid securing declaration, Form 1, cash or cashier's or manager's check issued by a universal or commercial bank, it is the minimum amount is 2% of ABC. Form 2, bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank, the minimum amount is 2% of ABC. And Form 3, surety bond, callable on demand issued by a surety or insurance company, duly certified by the Insurance Commission, as authorized to issue such security, minimum amount of 5% of ABC. The contents of the second envelope, which is the financial proposal, are as follows. First, the financial bid form. It must be in accordance with the prescribed form. Second, the duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. Third, cash flow by the quarter and payment schedule. And fourth is the duly signed detailed estimates, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. For bid evaluation, the financial components of the bids of each pass shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections for computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid prices. The BAC shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the ABC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. The mode of evaluating bids will be based on lowest calculated bid. For the completeness, no price in required item means non-complying, indicating a zero or a dash is free to the GOP. All prices are deemed to include all taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable BOQ, shall be considered non-responsive. Arithmetical corrections. Bid prices in figures versus words, the words will prevail. Total price versus actual sum of component items, the actual sum prevails. Unit cost in detailed estimate versus unit cost in BOQ, the BOQ will prevail. And if above ABC means non-compliant. For post-qualification, verification of legal requirements include licenses, certificates, permits, and non-inclusion in the blacklist. For technical requirements, key personnel, minimum work requirements should be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment, failure of the prospective bidder to state a complete technical description of the pledged equipment and the specific location, whether owned, leased, or under purchase agreement, shall result in the bidder's automatic post disqualification or award of contract and forfeiture of its bid security per DEO number 58 series of 2012. Recomputation of NFCC based on all ongoing contracts, performance in ongoing government and private contracts, negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project or negative slippage of at least 10% in each of two or more contracts. Failure of the contractor to commence repair work and complete ongoing contracts in the prescribed date after receipt of the notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance in the prescribed date after the receipt of notice of defects and failures. Last is substandard quality of works or unsatisfactory performance per contract term and conditions at the time of inspection. Please refer to RA 12009 and DO 127 series of 2018 for the strict application of RA 9184 in the conduct of the post-qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contracts with DPWH. Notes on the personnel and equipment requirements of the project as per DO number 9 series of 2012. Technical requirements for civil works projects for public bid. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the same time of bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that first, the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. And second, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office. The bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not an employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under bidding. These certifications shall be included in the first envelope of the sealed bid. Also, to be verified during post-qualification is the set equipment pledged by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified. For contract award, the contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid, or LCRB, and as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. The successful bidder shall be notified through the issuance of notice of award within the bid validity period and must be confirmed by the successful bidder in writing within 2 days upon receipt thereof. Common errors in the submission of bids, incomplete pages of bid documents, both in technical and financial, and the authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder is as follows. First, for single proprietor, signatory should be the owner or proprietor only. Second, for corporation or cooperative, board secretary certificate and board resolution. Third, for joint venture resolution or agreement. And fourth, for partnership as indicated in the articles of partnership. Reminders, deadline of submission of bids will be on March 23, 2026 at 10 a.m. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically or online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. For Philippine bidding documents, new bid form, omnibus sworn statement, and bid security declaration should be followed. And note, follow the latest NGPA standard forms as uploaded in the gppb.gov.ph. For the number of copies of bid proposal, 1 original copy and 2 certified true copies of each bid using A4 size bond paper and sidebound. If the deadline falls on a non-working day, legal holiday, or a special non-working holiday, the deadline shall be the next working day unless otherwise stated in the bid bulletin, if any. The place of submission of bids will be at DPWH Iligan City DEO, specifically in the conference room. Contractors are highly encouraged to observe in the bidding documents the following: pagination, side tabbing and labeled according to checklist, table of contents that will harmonize the pagination and side tabbing, and compliance with the attached checklist. All prospective bidders are encouraged to conduct a site inspection and take JOTAG photos together with planning and design personnel. So that's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Engineer Macarambon. Who will read the project? Still. Please continue with the reading of the project information.
So good morning once again. So we have 4 projects. First, 26 km 0028, construction of road Emerald Homes, Phase 1, Barangay San Roque, Section 8, Station 0+0002, Station 0+080, Station B, Station 0+0002, Station 0+081, Section C, Station 0+000 to 0+039, Iligan City. Second project is 26 km 0029, rehabilitation of multi-purpose building, Barangay Hindang, Iligan City, Lanao del Norte. Third, 26 km 0030, construction of multi-purpose building, Purok 5B, Neupada, Barangay Hinaplanon, Iligan City, Lanao del Norte, and last is 26 km 0031, construction, completion of multi-purpose building, Barangay Maria Cristina, Iligan City, Lanao del Norte. So for the first project, 26 km 0028. So construction of road Emerald Homes Phase 1, Barangay San Roque. It is located at Barangay San Roque, Iligan City. So this is the location of the project. It is 12 minutes away from our office. So we have 3 sections. So these are the geotag pictures for the section A. End of section A. Beginning of section B. And end of section B.
Nakonik ka na.
Makita sa listahan.
Section C. And end of section C. So for the project description, it is a construction of road 200 mm thick and 3.55 meter wide PCCP with drainage, 0.40 lane kilometers. It has project duration of 95 calendar days and a provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis. Scope of works. So we have facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis. Other general requirements, project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization or demobilization, earthworks, surplus common excavation, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadway excavation, common soil, and subgrade preparation, common material. Subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course, surface course, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced with 0.2 meter thickness and drainage and slow protection structures, line canal, rectangular reinforced concrete. The minimum equipment requirement is as follows: backhoe, dump truck, payloader, bulldozer, motorized road grader, vibratory roller, water truck or pump, transit mixer, concrete vibrator, concrete batching plant, concrete spreader, concrete saw, bar cutter, joint sealer machine, bar bender, 1 bagger mixer, cargo or service truck, and the material testing equipment based on Department Order 11. With an approved budget for the contract of 4,722,174.23 For the second project, 26 km 0029, rehabilitation of multi-purpose building, Barangay Hindang, Iligan City, Lanao del Norte. So this is the location of the project. It is 42 minutes away from the office. So here are the geotag pictures. For project description, it is a rehabilitation of multi-purpose building. It has 151 calendar days and provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis. Scope of works. facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, other general requirements, permits and clearances, project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization or demobilization, earthworks, removal of structures and obstruction, plain and reinforced concrete works, structural concrete class A 28 days, formworks and false works, other finishing and other civil works, and electrical works. The minimum equipment requirement are as follows: backhoe, dump truck, plate compactor, one bagger mixer, bar cutter, bar bender, welding machine, cutting outfit, truck mounted crane, backhoe with breaker, with an approved budget for the contract of 4,950,495 pesos and 5 cents. For the third project, 26 km 0030, construction of multi-purpose building, Purok 5B, Neupada, Barangay, Hinaplanon, Iligan City, Lanao del Norte. So, this is the location of the project. It is 2.6 kilometers away from our office. And here is the JOTAG picture. Project description. It is a construction of multi-purpose building. It has 151 calendar days and provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, with floor area of 15 meters by 22 meters. Scope of works. Facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, other general requirements, permits and clearances, project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization or demobilization, earthworks, removal of structures and obstruction, structure excavation, common soil, embankment from roadway or structure excavation, embankment from barrow and gravel field, for plain and reinforced concrete works, structural concrete class A 28 days, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, and formworks and postworks. We have finishing and other civil works and electrical works. The minimum equipment requirement are as follows: backhoe, dump truck, plate compactor, one bagger mixer, bar cutter, bar bender, welding machine, cutting outfit, truck mounted crane, backhoe with breaker, with an ABC of 4,949,900 pesos and 99 cents. And the last is 26 km 0031, construction, completion of multi-purpose building, Barangay Maria Cristina, Iligan City, Lanao del Norte. So here's the location of the project. It is 8.9 kilometers away from our office. So here is the JOTAG picture.
Second floor,
So,
the stage, wala na pinapakita ko.
For project description, it is a completion of multi-purpose building with a project duration of 151 calendar days and provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis. Facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, other general requirements, permits and clearances, project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health program, mobilization or demobilization, removal of structures and obstruction, plain and reinforced concrete works, structural concrete class A 28 days, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, formworks and false works, and finishing and other civil works. Are as follows. And electrical works. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have backhoe, dump truck, plate compactor, one bagger mixer, bar cutter, bar bender, welding machine, cutting outfit, truck mounted crane, backhoe with breaker. With an approved budget for the contract of 6,928,910 pesos and 89 centavos. So that's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Engineer Macarambon. So is there any question from the back member? There's none. From the observer, there is also none, no? So may declare that this, is there any move for the adjournment of this private conference?
I have to adjourn this private conference, Mr. Chair.
So since it has been moved by Engineer Quinto and seconded by Engineer Laios, I declare that this private conference adjourned. But again, we will continue with the opening at 10 o'clock. Okay, we will wait until 10 o'clock. Thank you very much.